Hey, what's going on, everybody? Boilon back. Yes, I am on video camera once again. I've had a little bit of rest now, and we're getting to another Marvel Strike Force event video today. We're going to be discussing the Stark Grant event, which is the third main event of November. I'm pretty sure here. We got another Blitz Bonanza coming up. So there's lots of Blitz to do. The good news is, however, is that you might have noticed in the previous blog that they mentioned that Blitzes are going to be for 1 hour timers going forward until the end of the year. I hope that it's more permanent because this makes it a lot easier to do your Blitz rotations in a timely manner and not screw up your sleep or what other plans you have. You know, it just makes it so much easier to get in all 8 of your Blitz rotations. And I hope that down in the future that they don't extend it past 8 rotations as a result of the 1 hour timer. Fingers crossed on that one. But if you want to know exactly what you have to do in order to finish this event and actually probably get pretty far and get a lot of rewards, then you know what to do, everybody. Let's boil this down. Now, of course, this event does have, like I said, there's some pretty good rewards in this event, actually, and you're going to want to, do as much as you can, get as far as you can on the milestones. And for once, you can actually get, if you crush it, and if you do, max Blitz rotations every single day, you could almost finish it, which is the rare instance where you can actually do that. As you guys know, that we're kind of at the milestone 12, 13 range for almost every other event. But when it comes to hardcore blitzing, you can normally do quite a lot more, if you actually do all 8 Blitz rotations. So we'll get into that. And of course, as a reward, we're going to take a look at the chart really quickly, just because there's a few things I want to kind of point as far as the rewards go. Of course, there's all the event currency stuff, and there's actually an additional 10,000 Vibranium slabs down here, and that's perfectly fine, and you're able to get that as well as long as you push the blitzing. But there's 100 Vol character shards, which is pretty good, because Vol is apparently one of those unique characters that is not going to be made farmable after 4 months. There's going to be a few of those characters, I guess those kind of OP characters. Don't expect certain ones like Kang, for example, Kang and Vol that are not going to be made farmable after 4 months. So this is a good way of getting, if you missed Vol, to get Vol. Otherwise, 100 shards is a lot for them, and that might get you to the next star rank for whatever it is. There's also another 100 Kang shards, and honestly, at this point, I think that might actually put me at 7-star. So if you're someone who needs the 100 Kang shards, which probably most of us do, honestly, then you'll want to blitz even more for that. At the very bottom, you do have 75 G18 tech, 150 actually, 75 of both G18 tech pieces is quite a bit. Honestly, that one Diamond Dawn Orb is such an insult. But, because this last milestone, you probably will have to spend a little bit or Power Core in order to get there. But you will be able to get to the milestone 19 for what's worth. Pressurized tanks, G17s though, not G18s. But there is 500,000 blue 5 ions. We'll talk about that. There's a 7 red star dagger in here as well. Not too terrible. I mean, people are probably still using New Warriors a little bit here, so it is what it is there. I also want to point out the state-of-the-art web milestone, which, ironically, in the blog said it was supposed to be campaign energy spending. All this is wrong. I don't think this is ever addressed. I've been scouring Discord and Reddit, but this was never actually addressed by Archangel at all. But yes, don't listen to the blog. Read the table. So the table says earn Blitz credits, which is what we're going to be doing. We're blitzing anyway, so it's a 2-for-1 here. But you will have to do a bit more blitzing than the event item in order to actually clear this. For the 25,000 Blitz credits, we'll show that in the tables as well. You get some milestone points. You get this galvanized orb. I guess there's going to be some characters in there, and you get points for opening up galvanized orbs as well. There's also a leaderboard, and this is going to be your first way of getting diamonds for Dormammu. Now, keep in mind, this is obviously a whale Kraken bait, because it's only top 1,000, and you need a 7 red Dormammu to even activate the diamonds. So if you don't have a 7 red Dormammu, this is pretty meaningless to you. There is going to be some dark promotion credits in here. There's 500 if you're 1 to 3%, and some blue 5 ions, and usual leaderboard stuff. So let's jump on over to the recap. I'm going to do a quick recap of where we're at as far as the month milestone goes. we're at about 614,000. Excuse my really weird. I copy and pasted this from Google Docs that I've been using on my laptop while I was away for so long, and it didn't really. It's got you can see the lines. It's like gray and stuff. From this is just copy and pasting from Google Docs into Excel. So that's what happened, and we're at 614,000 points right now, and we're about 185,000 missing. We are missing 2 main events though. The Animal Armature, which is going to be the following week, November 24th. And then we have Weapons Online, which is December the 1st. And then we have 2 more Alliance milestones, Engine of War, Superior Sinister, Quick Rumble. We've got some free claim Fridays to add in there as well. So we're probably on course. I mean, at this point, there's no reason to worry. But let's jump into the event. So Stark Grant. This is a 5-day event. Where's my scroll over button? 5-day event. This largely involves blitzing with a couple of extra characters. Actually, I just wanted to kind of point that out. It's down here, actually. Never mind. I have it down here, so it doesn't matter. Cores and opening these galvanized orbs. Now, for the most part, there's 2 galvanized orbs on the web milestone. I don't know if we're getting any extra from that. So at this point in time, I can't say if we're going to get. There might be like a login calendar. I don't know. And then, of course, free claim stuff, which we don't really know about yet either. 200,000 is the last milestone. I normally copy and paste this, but I'll say that milestone 20, Whalestone. The rest of them are actually fairly obtainable, you know, if you're willing to blitz for it. You need 60,000 points for the event item. We don't know the free claim. You get 16,000 points from the web, so that's 10,000 milestone points directly. And then 4,000 orb fragments, so that's 2 of the orbs, but the orbs are worth 3,000 points. So you add that all together, 16,000 for clearing the web milestone. In order to clear the web milestone, like I said, you need those 25,000 blitz credits. It's roughly 800 blitz battles won. This is about 16 blitz rotations at 50 blitz wins. You're going to be doing more than this anyways to get the limits. So if you're doing that, then it shouldn't be much of a problem. You should be able to clear that no problem. So you get 50 points for battling and blitz, but it limits at 66,000. You also get 25 additional points, which is uncapped. So you actually get points for both when these things happen. You get the 50 and the 25. So that's pretty good there as well. You get additional points for battling with these characters. Now, I don't know. I don't think we're going to have Kraven available. I think this is a completely like a paid 7,000 points here. So it's not Sky Blue, which means we're not going to be adding it to the subtotal down below. However, Green Goblin's event should have already started because it starts on Thursday, whereas which is today. Technically, we're covering it today. So you should be able to get Green Goblin Classic unlocked, win a blitz battle, and get those additional points. That shouldn't be a problem. This event starts on Friday at 1 p.m., so you know there's definitely time to get that in. 3,000 points for Doc Ock and 4,000 points for Ironheart Mark II. All these other characters, so all these characters you should have available to you throughout the course of this event to get the additional bonus points, which is great. Opening 1 galvanized orb, 3,000. Again, I don't know how many of these we're getting. And then the 25 for all blitz battles, basically, but also exceeding the 66,000 as well. And then you get 6 points per power core. So there is no actual direct reason that you need to spend power cores during this event. There is no campaign energy or anything like that to core. So you don't have to if you don't want to. What I would suggest, I guess, is if you're trying to aim for a certain milestone, or if you're like me, I'm actually going to try really hard to push for milestone 20. This is going to be pretty insane. But these 150 G18 tech pieces is what I need to get Doc Ock into the legendary lane for Dark Dimension 6. So I'm going to be pushing pretty hard on this. I'm probably going to blow all of my power cores on this, plus 8 blitz rotations to try and get that final milestone. That's my hope. It's not even for the Diamond Honor. It's like for these G18 minis that's going to help me be able to get Doc Ock to G18. So we'll see about that, though. We'll see if I end up getting there. So total blitz battles required for the limit points is 1,320. Now, over 5 days, that's 264 blitz battles. At a 50, now I know we have like 53, 54 teams, but because it's a win and not just a battle blitz, I'm gonna do this at 50 for the math. So you have to win 50, and even for some people that might be a lot, but it is what it is. That's 5.3 rotations daily in order to get the limit, the point limit, not the event item, but the limits. Now, if you do all of that, if you do the 1,320 blitz battles, you're gonna get 99,000 points total. So 66,000 from the limit, but it's also 33,000 points more from the uncapped blitz points. So that's a lot of points. Now, if you just want the event currency, actually, I was going to say the event item. I should say the event item, actually. There is an event currency like a little bit past that milestone that you saw. But for the most part, if you want all the event items in the currency, it's going to be about 12 rotations total. This is about 2.5 rotations per day. This does not include the web milestone, and obviously doesn't include the free claim because we don't know what that is. It's not a lot, right? Like, especially at 1 hour blitz rotations, you should be able to get this in no problem. So that won't take you very long to do. The total reasonable points obtained. Now, this is basically the 99,000 from here, all of this stuff, the web milestone, and does not include the free claim, is going to be about 129,500. This is around 5-ish rotations daily in order to, max your blitz limit. Sorry. 5 rotations daily. I don't know why I said to max blitz. This is roughly 5 rotations. Not sure what is going on here. Sometimes I have to rethink things. So where does that get you? That gets you actually to milestone 18. It gets you pretty high if you're willing to do that. Now, if you want to actually max, do your completely max possible 8 rotations. Now, this is at 50, of course, 50 wins. You're going to get about almost 150,000 blitz points, or milestone points. And so that's basically milestone 19. So you can get pretty high in this. Like, if you're willing to put in the effort to do the blitzes, you can get some pretty high points here. So some final notes that I would say on this, though. Hardcore blitzers can probably get milestone 19 with the free claim. And, if you're trying to go for milestone 20, you're going to probably need to put in some power cores. Maybe if you have Craven, that'll help bridge the gap as well. The 7,000 points for Craven, plus spending power cores. If you spend, I don't know, like 8,000 power cores, for example, maybe you're buying orbs for Lizard when maybe Lizard's going to be out. I don't know. Maybe someone's out there that you can buy. Then that 8,000 power cores would be about 48,000 points. Plus Craven, like that would get you milestone 20. So I'm going to have to do something like this to bridge the gap in order to get there. Milestone 20 does seem out of reach. You do need to do some, like I said, spending, cores, whatever. But those G18s are just super, super good. And that's a lot of them, especially for tech, for those people who are upgrading Sinister 6 characters. Well, maybe you want to give it a Green Goblin. Maybe you want to give it a Doc Ock. Maybe we want to give it a Vulture. Something like that. There's a lot of tech pieces out there. So, again, I don't know if we'll be getting any additional galvanized orbs beyond the web milestone. If we do, that'll help you get to the additional milestone points as well. So that's 3,000 per galvanized orb. I just don't know how many we're getting at this point. It might come alongside the free claim. We might get like 1 orb over the course of the event, and then that'll be 3,000 extra points. All of that will help if you're trying to push that milestone 20. So this is, for once, a very free-to-play friendly event, actually, because the 1 hour blitz rotation cooldowns are great. I'm glad that they're deciding to keep this, and also it'll help me get in my blitz rotations early so I don't impact my sleep. There were times in the past where, from setting timers and things like that, that it did kind of come pretty close into, like impacting my sleep schedule. So I'm glad that they've decided to actually do this for the 1 hour. I think it's going to be helpful for everyone. I think that there is really no downside to this unless they decide to put in more blitz rotations in the future beyond 8, which I really hope they don't do. But otherwise, this event won't be too bad, and a lot of us are going to be focused on the Green Goblin trial anyways. And speaking of that, there's going to be videos on that in the days to come as well on this channel, so make sure you're keeping up to date with me, Boilon, because I got a lot of things to talk about now that I'm back home from the holidays. So that's the end of this video, everyone, and until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out.